We are. We are so on
Oh wait,
time.
we are. Oh my goodness.
Yo, bro, we are
Whoa,
so
first
on
time
time.
ever.
Well, no, we
Literally
didn't.
never been done.
I don't know. We started on time before, in the before times, the beginning.
Oh yeah. I
Yep.
think the first.
Oh, we're
five
going now.
sessions?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Are
I
we
said,
live?
yeah,
we're
absolutely.
live.
I don't listen.
Oh, hi.
Listen, I don't care.
Hi.
I told you. I told you straight up. I'm not even gonna do my pre-roll. We're just going. We're just
Good
gonna
enough.
go. Like
Good for us.
yeah. Because listen,
Yeah.
I was so excited about this
I need
week.
mute. Oh my god. Whoa.
Yeah, because I was so excited about this week. I'm like, guys, they're gonna need notes. And then we got all 5 of us back here. Like, yeah, no, I'm super excited. Well, hey everybody, thank you for joining us today. My name is EK and I'm a Turtle VTuber here, and I will be your humble dungeon master today. We are playing Sand and Shadow, our homebrew D&D campaign here, set in the desert kingdom of Abu Kanasta. Except we're not in Abu Kanasta. We're not in the desert, except for me. We are in fact in the Fey realm. And where we last left off, oh, sorry, hold on, I'm breaking my own traditions here. I'm breaking traditions all over this week, so with me are my wonderful players. What's up?
It's me. Not underscore mafia underscore Violet playing Reborn Roguelock speedrun.
Speedrun, go! Frog, go!
Wailing Frog, hi. I'm playing the Thunderwolf Samurai Barbarian.
I still stand by Thunderwolf as my new punk rock metal new metal band name. So. Lumi, go!
Hi, I'm Lumi, and I play Visper, the Queen of Chaos. That's it.
Soon to be Queen of Chaos. You're still a princess.
Soon.
Cherry,
Soon
go!
as in like 1,000 years or something. I don't know.
100 something, yeah. Cherry, you're up.
Uh-oh.
Good
Oh
cast.
my god, hi. I'm Laser Rabbit, aka Cherry, aka Ember, the drunkenest dwarven bard around, and I am very happy to be back after weeks away because we moved to a whole new city and we're in Seattle now, and I'm super happy and I love it, and I'm super happy to be back. I'm very excited.
Yeah. And then of course, last but certainly not least, my boy. What do you got, man?
Hey, what up? My name is Rune Phantom. I play Squarb Featherfowl, the Aarakocra idealized version of a cop.
We all aspire to have cops like Scorp Featherfell, willing to go the absolute extra mile to solve a case, but still sit there and have a moral compass.
Right? No, like I'm getting Serena home. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I'm super excited for the next coming weeks. So
Don't say that.
no. I say that out loud as a threat. As a DM,
I have things I want to do once we're out of the Fey realms and back home.
Yeah, so just know that I say things threateningly for a reason. I don't say threats lightly. That's not the kind of DM I am, unless. So where we last left off, oh look, I forgot I had this duck. Well, when we last left off, you guys just finished having a wonderful conversation with the king and queen of the court of spring, which I told you guys off stream. Well, I'm forever in turtle wizard magic, so you're stuck with this. my camera has been fucky wucky, so it's PNG turtle for the whole time. Jeepers creepers. It is way out there, but hey, how's it going, Wisp? How's it going? Thank you. So you guys had a wonderful reunion with. Oh yeah, I told you guys the name of the king and queen. So her name is Queen Liliana of the Court of Spring, and her husband is King Damien. I told you guys that off stream, but you guys now have those names if you want to write those down. And then you guys were tasked with a quest to go into the Unseelie Forest in order to go to the ruins to retrieve a artifact that may help you with your time dilation problem that you are faced with in regards to traveling back to the material plane, because you learned that when you travel to and from the Feywild, that time moves kind of fucky wucky. And you have no control over that, but you're hoping that this artifact will allow you to sort of reduce the amount of time between when you left the material realm to when you enter back into the material realm. You were also given, you guys all should have a long rest. You all leveled up as well, so you guys should be level 7. And then you learned that the gecko that Visper had, hey Meepus, that you learned that the gecko that Visper had carried with her since like session 3 of the campaign turned out to be her royal apothecary. Sir Greckleton III, royal apothecarian, and the potions teacher to the young Princess Visper. With the aid of with the request of King Damien, Greckleton was told to go and expedite some potions that he was brewing while during his excursion away, in order to potentially aid you on your quest. I recall that there was some things that we needed to discuss at the end of the day. I believe, Scorb, you had something you wanted to do before the next day started, before you left for your journey. Is that correct?
Yes, Squarb was going to go off to the Royal Library to attempt to research ways to free his friend Serena from the cursed object that she had touched.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. So go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Just gonna do this real fast.
Very nice. 21.
21, not bad. All right, so yeah, with a 21, so as you enter the Royal Library, you see a bunch of books fluttering about. They look like birds, just kind of like flapping the covers with the pages like up against the covers to kind of like flap them around. Some of them are like zipping through covers, like cover to cover closed, and then they kind of go around. You don't really see too many people here. You see a couple of well-dressed owlin, like in their archivist robes, but the one that sticks out to you the most is the very old, hunched over, great horned owlin that's sitting at the desk at the very end of the hall. Mountains of books are stacked on either side of him as he casually slides his hand over. A book slides out from one of the piles, and then he just simply stamps it, closes it, and then swishes it away. His eyes are kind of closed, but you can still tell that he's very aware of everything. You wouldn't recognize this person, but this is Rupert, the elder archivist of the Royal Archives.
Squire is going to go ahead and march his happy behind right on up to that librarian and wait for a moment to catch his attention.
As you make your way to the desk, and you just wait courteously, he goes, "Yes." He's not looking at you. He's more like continuing doing his business, but it looks like it's almost like he's blind as he kind of like looks left and right, but he still continues the same hand motions of swipe the book over, stamp the book, close it, slide it over, get a new book, and he's still doing his job.
Cool. Squire stands up straight, looks at the librarian. I apologize for interrupting your very busy day. I need some assistance locating some books, though. I was advised by the King and Queen that I might find some literature on curse removal. A friend of mine touched a very powerful cursed sword, and I want to free her from that.
I am most sorry to hear that. As he just you see him just go through 3 more books in this one sentence. We should have something near the Dryad statue. 2nd floor, from right above me.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay.
Squarb goes ahead and takes off.
Yep. Easily enough. It's very open air. So to put it into perspective, so the top of the ceiling is more or less an open ceiling with sunbeams streaking out through the windows as it is being framed by these tree branches to kind of keep it in place. Think of it more like a hollowed out tree that has just been expanded magically to fit all the books that they have in here. As you fly up, you see that you see a couple more archivists of varying different owl species And what you'll notice is that as you rise up to the second floor, you see these almost like marble stone statues depicting various fey creatures. One of them is depicting a a fawn playing a pan flute. You see another one that is depicting a couple of pixies just fluttering about around a flower, and then you see what you're looking for, which is a dryad that seems to be almost emerging, and it just is frozen in time, emerging out of a tree that's directly in front of you.
Oh wow, that's really pretty. Squarb was gonna follow directions and approach the dryad statue.
Okay, as you do so, you'll notice that on either side of the dryad there's rows of bookshelves, and so you can pick either the left or right. But I'm gonna say with the 21, you kind of just casually roam and you find a couple of books that strike your fancy. Um, one of them kind of just caught your eye because you're still learning Fey. I guess vernacular is the best way to put it. But you understand Fey are tricksters. So you find a book labeled Pixie Tricks and How to Break Them. And then you find another book that's a little bit more serious, that is known as Fey Artifacts and the History of. These are the two that kind of strike your fancy.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Pixie Tricks and How to Break Them.
Okay. So as you scroll through Pixie Tricks and How to Break Them, there's a lot of like very simple, mundane, very childish tricks, like stealing somebody's socks by just moving them off to the side where they wouldn't be normally, and then other ones are like turning a footstool invisible and watching somebody trip and fall on it, and obviously most of the tricks involve using something known as pixie grass to kind of dispel whatever magical enchantment is over them. But pixie grass only grows in the feywild. The other things include things like how to what happens when you anger a pixie. What happens? Well, the pixie puts you to sleep by shooting you with an enchanted arrow, and then they'll do things like draw on your face, things of that nature. But a lot of it is mostly just like very childish, very base level pranks that like seem harmless. They're not designed to hurt anybody, and the tricks to breaking them is mostly just leaving treats behind for the pixies that are running around. Don't like anger a pixie, things of that nature. They're very like simple folk tales. That this looks like it was a book taken from the material plane and then brought to the Feywild as a sort of, oh, this is comical. What the mortals think of us. Although you did find one subject related to brownies that you thought was quite impressive, which was if you know you have brownies in your house, like the fey creature brownies, if you leave a bowl of milk out, then your house will be spotless as long as you don't make a point to notice them.
I'll have to remember that for the next time I'm home.
So
Moving
then
on to the next book then.
Okay. So this next book is related to Fey artifacts and their history of. A lot of it is just things like a lot of them is related to things like the scepters of the four seasons, which are all the scepters that each of the four matriarchs that govern the seasons use to harness and augment their already natural powers. So like you have the you have the scepter of spring, which is used by the current matriarch, Queen Liliana. You have you have one that's for summer, one that's for winter, one that's for autumn, and each one of them generally is depicted as basically being a scepter that is crafted specifically for the matriarch of that season. So no one scepter is the same as the other. but nothing related to a curse in this aspect. Later on, you find cursed items. Throughout, like half the book is mostly about like very famous items or like really silly items that just happen to be passed down. Some that were lost to time, but you do find one that is related to a cursed item, which was touched by the Queen of Ice and Darkness, or Queen of Air and Darkness. I'm sorry, and it was referred to as the, oh god, what was it called again? It was the dark stone, or the, oh my goodness, I actually remember this lore and I can't remember the name of the stupid item. But basically it's the crystal that turned her to being a very wonderful sister to Queen Titania to being an absolute bitch. And it has forever like cursed her. But that's something that everybody kind of knows. But it is recorded for the sake of posterity. I will say that none of these two books didn't really answer your question. So you go back and you search through, and then you find one book. It looks very ancient. It looks very it looks musty, as if it's been sitting here for centuries almost. You pull it and you can't quite read the title of the book, but I would say that Score, because you've been around so much magic, like just throughout your life and even just within the last few months, you know what the presence of magic feels like. This is one of those books that kind of gives off that same feeling that you felt when you were fighting the undead in Killerin.
Ooh. Oh my.
So this leather-bound tome has this runic writing etched around in a circle, and there's a single amethyst embedded in the cover that seems to have been faded over, like its shine no longer exists. You see these intricately woven vines, like burned into the leather, seem to be going over and under this amethyst, as if it looks like it's being shackled by the vines. The edges of the cover and the edges of the paper seems to have been left slightly burned and tattered, as if this was a travel log of some sort. And then the clasp that is used to seal the book is nothing more than a simple leather clasp with a simple leather strap with a gold clasp on it that again seems to have lost all of its luster.
All right. So Squarb's gonna pull out the sending earring and ask if anybody in the party can read magic.
I would say at this time, guys, not accounting for what we did last session, you guys would be in the freedom to kind of peruse the castle as you were. I would say, Millennia, at this time, you probably wouldn't have immediately gone to your sparring session with Dame Mordella at this time. So if you are able to assist, this is a good time to do so.
I can help out, maybe.
I can as well, I think.
I'm going to say that every person who's a spellcaster intrinsically knows how to read magic.
Oh.
Just, it depends on what the magic is. That's where the stipulation lies.
Oh, alright.
I'll clarify further using the earring. What I found is a magical book, and I think it may give us some kind of clue or something that we can use to help Serena.
Alright.
Let me come over.
Same.
Okay, so who is going to assist Scorb with this?
Me.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Violet,
Me as well.
Visper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So you both make your way to the Royal Archives, and you find Scorb on the second floor. He has the tome in hand, and he. Hold on, just 1 second.
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, my
Okay.
my mom and I were making curry, and it turned out
Ah.
bomb. So,
Oh,
I'm
you
jealous.
got lost in the sauce.
oh my god, it
No.
turned out
My man.
so bomb.
I'm so jealous. I love curry.
Oh, we've been craving curry for like 3 weeks now. So like we were just like, oh, we have the ingredients for it and everything now, so we did it.
Dude, I'm craving it now. Thank you.
You should try it. Definitely make it when you can. Anyways, so you both make your way up there. Scorb has a. I keep forgetting the name of the pedestal that you use to read a book on.
A lectern.
Thank you, lectern. I'm a
I
remember
know that
that
from
word.
Minecraft.
See, I'm trying to like I was going to say like it's the Minecraft one. What's the Minecraft one? Like,
Yeah.
lectern. So you see Scorp. He has the book on a lectern, but he hasn't opened it yet. You two arrive. I would ask the both of you to roll an Arcana check.
All right.
Natural 2.
Oh,
Let's
I have an 8.
see. I got a 13.
Okay.
Hey.
Before I reveal the results, I will point out you guys do have inspiration points available. Everybody can use them.
I'll do an inspiration.
All right, cool. Let me go ahead and just take this from you. Watch
and proceed to never use it.
I know.
There we go. That's okay. 14.
Listen, I'm trying.
Okay, one more thing. I'm gonna add my knowledge from a past life, which is gonna give me a D6 bonus here.
Okay, so add a D6 to your 14.
There we go. That's a 17. That's a
Okay.
more respectable
Okay,
number.
and then
Hey.
Visper, what did you roll?
I rolled a 13.
Okay, a 13 and a 17. All right, cool. Both of you look over the etchings on the cover, and though you can make out that this is definitely magical, I am going to ask: do either of you speak? Well, never mind. I already know none of you speak Elvish.
No.
But I
but
have a spell for it. Could that help?
it
Comprehend
would
languages?
certainly help if you
Yeah.
want to cast that.
I will.
All right. So you guys comprehend languages, and suddenly, Visper, your eyes begin to glow a radiant green as and before they kind of glass over. It's almost like you have contact lenses over your eyes, with that just happen to be like a green sheen, and you can suddenly make sense of the words. Though it's very archaic and it's kind of whimsical in its like vernacular. The premise of this is that this is a sealing spell, using fey magic. It is an ancient elvish sealing spell that's binding the book from unleashing any magic that might be inside of it. But you do recognize that, I would say that with Violet's understanding of magic, you do recognize that though the spell is still intact, you can unclasp the book without any ramifications.
Should be good to
alright.
read then.
Yeah. So I guess I'll relay that to the party.
Okay. So
Let's skim through it.
as you
Okay.
unclasp the book, I need each of you just real quickly, the three of you, make a charisma saving throw, DC 10.
Easy. Yeah. 23.
I got an 8.
Oh, Visper.
Guys.
Okay. Okay, so I heard somebody wanted to use an inspiration.
Yes, please.
Okay, so that's another inspiration. I have to use these now. Like, this is required. And then
Just real quick for our audio viewers here, Scorb got an 8 or 6, and
6.
Visper got an 8, and Scorb's new roll is 11. So
wonderful.
yeah.
Visper, would you like to re-roll, or would you like to suffer the consequences? I guess that's the best way to put
you
it.
have
I'm probably gonna re-roll.
you have
Wait,
other
wait.
dice manipulation.
Wait, I was about to say, Visper, you
wait.
are a wild mage
other than
sorcerer.
inspiration.
You have other powers
Yeah.
at your disposal. Yes.
Make sure to
I
look
know,
at your
I'm-
character sheet.
I know.
How
Let me
often does she get
actually
to use
look.
this? Almost never, because she's too busy blasting everything I have at her. But you know, when it happens, it happens.
Oh yeah, I have I keep on forgetting I have Tides of Chaos.
There it is. Give it a whirl.
I'm probably gonna use it.
All right. So, what does Tides of Chaos do?
Tides of Chaos, it says once per long rest you gain an advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Before
Then
you regain
go ahead. Then go ahead and roll your second d20. Or you go ahead and roll your second Christmas saving throw.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wait, I should have Okay, I
Oh,
got.
no.
That's an absolute bummer.
That is a
I used
9.
my Tides of Chaos. My one Tides of Chaos, and I got a 9. This sucks.
That is absolute bummer. Now, um, okay, so I will ask a second time just to be on the safe side. Would you like to use an inspiration, knowing I cannot technically take away more inspiration from you guys? I can only hold 2 at a time.
Maybe. Yes, please.
Are you sure?
Uh, what do y'all think?
This is a group resource. You guys can talk about this.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
If you think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna use it.
Okay. That's a third inspiration point disappeared. This is gonna be
Please be good.
This is gonna be so funny.
Please.
You have a
I'm
plus
begging.
6 to your cruise.
I know. This is so funny.
Oh,
Come on.
God.
Come on.
She
come
just
on,
needs
come
a
on, come
4,
on.
man.
Oh
I
my
got
god.
It. Hey, are you?
The dice tell the story, and the story determines that you failed.
Yep.
This is fate now.
Fate
You rolled
determined.
3 times. I gave you 3 chances.
Oh, what
I
is the
can't
chances to not get above a 4 3 times in a row? Oh my!
Oh my god.
Let's see. So let me see. So it's a D20. It's a 1 in 5.
I'm crying.
Oh, that's
Well.
so funny. All right, so as you unclasp you all you all like feel like this weird pulse as the dust that was on the tome kind of like just kind of like flares up and kind of like spreads across you. Scorb, you and Violet are unaffected by the sudden burst of collected dust and debris. Visper, however, this is moot right now because you guys are going to be getting a long rest anyways. But you're going to be taking you're going to be taking 1 point of damage, and
Alright.
and I need you to roll your wild magic table.
Oh.
I forgot how I do that.
Roll a D100.
Oh dear.
You said a D what?
100. So it's the one with the double dice.
Alright.
I gotta pull up the sorcerer tree. I didn't think this was gonna come up. I thought she was gonna pass.
I
this.
got a 76.
76. Let's see what we got here. Out of
No fireball,
76.
please.
Swear to God, if that's fireball.
I will lose it.
Oh, it's even better than a fireball.
Oh no.
Oh.
You glow with bright light in a 30-foot radius for the next minute. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of you is blinded until the end of its next turn. You sneeze and the powder disappears, but as soon as you sneeze, your entire body, like turning on a flashlight in a dark hallway, just shines brightly and blinds Violet and Scorb for a brief moment.
But wait, no. Let me do
I'm
that
the
again.
light. I'm the light of your life.
Flashbang.
Literally.
Yeah, she
I-
flashbanged, and I'm so happy.
Esper, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just shining.
I'm just
This
shining.
is unpleasant. Mm.
I will be
But-
doing puns for the rest of my turn.
So
Insert shiny song from Moana.
shiny. This was just so shiny. But so on the one hand, it will disappear in about a minute. On the other hand, you now have a reading light.
I suppose.
As
Let's keep reading.
you guys begin to flip through the pages, I'm going to still use that 21 because it's such a good roll. I feel like I need to reward you for that. So as you continue to skim through the pages, a lot of it is very hard to interpret. It's in different languages, but Visper is able to read most of it because she still has comprehend languages going on. But excuse me. But for the most part, it's mostly things that relate to like the cycle of life and death and reincarnation, things of that nature. Very, very like macabre topics, even for Fae, who are very long-lived, almost immortal species by comparison to you guys. But you do find something that relates to a possession curse, specifically involving cursed items. And as you read through, you find that typically, in order to separate the cursed wielder from the item, you would have to cast the remove curse spell, which is I believe it's a 3rd level spell. I think it is. I'll have to look it up again. Let me just see here. Remove curse. This is why I love having internet. It is a 3rd level spell. Hey, my memory is not absolute garbage. It is a 3rd
Generally,
level
it's
spell.
more of a divine spell, not an arcane one.
Right, but this is in different languages, so it's actually an abjuration spell. So
I'm
they
just
would,
worried about our spellcasters, which aren't.
which is funny because the person who,
clerics.
which is funny because the person who would know that spell happens to be the possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
extra irony, unintentional, still funny. But so yeah, you would need somebody to cast the remove curse spell on the on the cursed person or the cursed object, but removing the curse on the object does not just allows you to separate the wielder from the object. It doesn't remove the curse from the object itself. The only way to properly remove a curse is to obliterate the object. Depending on the strength of the curse, however, a remove curse spell may not be enough, in which case you will need to find an anathema. You'll need to find an object that is antithemic to the cursed object. So basically, you would need to find an artifact that goes counter to the cursed item.
Sounds like there's a lot of work we have ahead of us then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if y'all will continue to help me with it, I intend to do the work.
I suppose so.
Yep. I guess so
I
as well.
mean, I owe Serena that much.
As do I. I can't wait to get her home. That's just kind of where I've been since she disappeared. Anyway, I'd really rather not get too into that. I think I have everything I can find here.
Okay.
Are we ready then?
Yeah.
If you guys would like to. Cool. So I would say you guys would have a long rest if you haven't already. If this, don't even worry about it. Just recover 1 hit point. You stopped glowing. So that way we don't have to remind that. It only lasted for a minute, so it was enough to read the book. But you guys wake up the next morning. You arrive at the dining hall, and you were greeted to a rather simple banquet of various fruits, vegetables, and and then your father Damien just came back with a fey elk that he decided that he wanted to cook himself, which turned out to be very well done. He's a very proficient hunter, so he was able to bring that home for you guys. And then he took the leftover elk from dinner and made it for breakfast as well. So, no waste. That's his motto.
Lovely.
Yeah, so you guys have this nice, simple meal. This meal, I will say, will provide all of you with 10 temporary hit points.
Hey, all right.
Very nice.
Hey. Is there any leftovers that I can put in my pouch?
I would say no.
Oh.
I have broke 100 health.
Nice.
Wonderful.
I've broke 40.
Yeah.
I am currently at 69.
Nice. You know what? For that, you get an inspiration point back.
Aw, I'm only at 68.
You can have one of my temps. It's okay.
I'm still trying to figure out how to add it.
So
I
on your
don't know
okay,
how.
so no worries. I'll guide you. So on your character sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see where your health is in the top right hand corner.
Yep.
Go ahead and click where it says temp HP, where the lines are, and just add 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right. Yay!
There you go. So how I'm pretty sure we've done this before, but just in case anybody forgets, temp HP goes before your actual hit points. You can never combine temporary hit points. You can only get more temporary hit points. So if you had like 2 hit points of temporary HP, and then somebody cast a spell that gave you 10 temporary hit points, you don't get 12 temporary hit points. You get 10 temporary hit points. You just bump up to 10. Special circumstances notwithstanding. But yeah, that's how temporary hit points work. They always override to the highest value. All right, but you guys have 10 temporary hit points. And then you see Sir Greckleton III. He steps out into the banquet hall and he goes, "Oh, wonderful! You haven't left. I have what King Damien has requested of me," and he has a small little rack of potion bottles, and he sets it on the table for you. There is 2 for each of you, so there's 10 bottles for each in total.
Oh.
He goes, "So, now this was a bit rushed. I do apologize. So, there may be some minor side effects, but I can attest to their quality." So you can all add 2 potions of greater healing to your inventory.
Cool.
But just put a note on it that whenever you consume this potion of greater healing, remind the DM of side effects.
Cool.
Well then, I believe that is all I can provide right now. Good luck on your quest, and I hope you all make it back safely.
Thank you.
As he scurries away back into his laboratory. Yeah, I mean, we're all hoping that you guys make it out of there. Do you want like a goblin escort, or you guys think you kind of want to travel this one yourselves, or?
I mean, we have like a map to get there, right?
Oh yeah, we got you. I just wanted to know if you wanted like some extra bodies around, or if you wanted to like, I don't know, maybe take your old man out for an adventure, or just
Do you
Looks to
want to
Visper, this is
come?
your decision.
Yeah, he's your dad.
I mean, I won't mind.
He looks over to his wife. Fine, I guess. I mean, just don't get in her way. Just don't get in her way. And then you see him disappear in a puff of leaves and branches. Appears right next to his wife, gives her a kiss on the cheek. "Love you, honey." And then he goes, "I'll be right back." And then disappears once more.
I love him so much.
He only has like a limited amount of those he can use in a day, right? Or is like being
He's-
the king?
He's a half elf, so he technically doesn't even have a phase step. This is just something he has.
Yeah,
I
Interesting.
see.
it's like a cloak of leaves or something.
It's quite interesting. He comes back. So he goes. So he comes back one more time. He goes, "Oh right. Meet me at the gate. I gotta get my old adventuring gear back. I'll be right back."
Your father is a very funny person.
I know.
I love this man. I spent 3 days building this man. I love this man.
I don't blame
I
you.
think we all do.
He's my favorite to play as. So, you guys all wait at the front gate, and then you see Dame Mordella talking to a couple of the Green Knights at the gateway, and then she goes, "Oh, Are you guys setting out on your journey?
That's the plan.
We're waiting on the king.
Her eyes widen. What do you mean you're waiting for the king?
He
Well,
insisted to come along.
He-
And,
Yeah.
you know,
All right, I'm ready. And so he is wearing so he has his hair pulled back in a sort of rogue's knot, and he's to show off his elvish heritage. His half elven ears stick out just a little bit. He has these little bar piercings on the near the tips of his ears that each have a small little tassel that dangle down, and it looks like a magnolia is imprinted on like a little paper tag on each one. And then he wears this simple leathers, like these old like tattered leathers. He's got like 6 knives just like on a bandolier strapped over his shoulder. He has a rapier on his hip, and he's got his little rucksack that he's been really excited about. Like he has this little rucksack that's slung over his back. And he looks like an adventurer for all intents and purposes. Like he looks like he's done this before, as is his previous life. And he goes, "All right, ready to go."
Oh my goodness.
By your leave, sir.
Ardella, my liege. Should I be concerned? Nah. I got the queen's permission.
do you want me to keep an eye on him?
Oh no, that's the problem. You won't be able to.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
All right. What do you guys say nowadays?
Let's go.
Excelsior. There, that's the word. Yeah.
I've never heard that.
You know what? I think we let him have this.
And like the card, the fool going down the road, he's just happily and merrily making his way out of the castle. Correct.
All right.
All right. So you, for the most part, know the way up to a certain point, up to the point where you guys like entered the forest. So I will say, because you guys are not trying to tread carefully unless you want to,
Yeah.
that's up to you guys. But given King Damien's personality, it seems a little moot. But I will ask: are you guys traveling at a normal pace? Are you guys looking out for trouble? How do you guys travel?
Squarm is doing his best to keep pace with the king.
yeah, I have
I'd
a
say
look. I'm
normal
not
pace
worried.
is fine.
Okay.
Me neither.
Okay. Then I would ask one of the 5 of you to please roll a d20 for the day's travel.
I would like to do it, please.
I'm not even gonna try after that last roll.
Oh my gosh.
That is a
It was
15.
canon.
15. All right. Let me pull up my notebook here.
A canon event.
Oh, wonderful. God, I love that movie.
Same.
I saw it. This
I'm
Wednesday.
so mad about it.
I saw like.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it
Yeah,
later.
no
Yep.
spoilers, please.
Not on stream. Not on stream.
Not on stream. We'll talk about it later. But
Yeah.
go see Across the Spider-Verse. Do it. It'll save you. You'll appreciate yourself, but then hate yourself at the end.
Yep.
So yeah, 15. You as you travel along, you guys are singing a jaunty tune. Ember begins playing. Ember, what instruments do you have available to you?
My pan flute and my lute.
Pick an instrument you wish to play.
The pan flute.
Wonderful.
Oh
As-
wait, can I join in as well?
Do you have
Squirrel
an instrument you can
gently-
play?
Squarm
Yeah,
will
I
gently
do. I
jump
actually
on,
have 2. I have a
the
flute
field.
and a viol.
A viol.
I'm
Viol.
gonna choose. Yeah, viol. Sorry.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna choose my flute though.
Okay. So we got a couple of woodwinds here. Score, what are you doing?
I'm thumping on my shield in time.
Oh, wonderful. We have percussion. Anybody else want to join this merry band of misfits?
I'm like the one person focused on keeping an eye on her back, so no.
How about you, Violet?
No.
Okay, Violet's just like, yep, this is a thing that I have to deal with now.
Yeah.
As you see,
Any ship on the Sea of Thieves be like?
as you see, you see King Damien. He goes, I knew it. I know a bod when I see one. And then he snaps his fingers, and then easily he apports a viola into his hands, and he just you guys just begin
Instrument viola?
Yes,
Sorry, I was a viola player for a couple years.
wonderful.
It's an unknown instrument. Underappreciated and also bullied.
I would say underappreciated for sure.
But yeah, so he begins to play the viola, and as you guys are traveling through, you have this very merry energy about you guys. As the day's travel is unimpeded, you guys are just having fun traveling with the king. I would play like some like some like old American like, you know, that that sort of thing, but like I'm not going to for copyright purposes.
I'm picturing the forest theme out of Super Mario RPG.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. Yeah, so you guys continue through. As you guys sit down for the night, you see the king. He sets down his rucksack and he goes, "Alrighty, so this looks like a good place to set up camp for the night. What do you guys normally do when you set up camp? Do you do watches? You tell stories?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
Bit of both.
I don't need to sleep, so I normally...
That is a buck wild thing you just said out loud.
I am undead. I am a zombie.
Wait, you are?
Who... I would... not really. Okay, technically I'm not a zombie. I'm... reborn? I don't know. I'm kind of more advanced than most undead.
It sounds like you've got an identity crisis on your hands, kid. You might want to seek therapy for that.
I'm fine.
Well, good. Good. You know what? That's the first step. Is acceptance.
No?
All right. Well, this has been a wonderful conversation. Hey, I'm gonna get some firewood. I'll be right back.
Thank
you,
Your Majesty.
And he just kind of casually walks deeper into the woods.
So wait,
Oh my goodness.
so I'd never actually quite pegged it. You are actually some kind of undead?
Yeah.
Huh.
What do you mean? No, this is like...
This is
How
not
have
something
you
that you and I
never
have
noticed
discussed
that?
before, and I've not had a whole lot of
Yeah.
time to suss it out.
This is
What do you...
But
We've
it's
been
not like
friends
they're
for months.
hiding it.
Look, man, I'm a busy dude. I do not pay attention, clearly.
Do you have any idea how much? Do you have any idea how much paperwork Featherfowl has been under for the past month?
My
Like, I've been
face is
charged-
half falling off. What?
You know what, man? I may be actually like really dumb as a player right this moment because I was convinced that Squarb had not seen Violet without the hat of disguise on.
No, like she only puts on the disguise every once in a while. Like
Okay,
when she has to like present good. Like normally she doesn't have it on.
okay, that's on me for not actually like knowing that. I apologize for the confusion.
So fucking good though. I love that.
I think it's funnier if Scorb never noticed, even
no,
despite.
we'll keep it. We'll keep it.
I think that's...
Yeah, I know, Meepus. I have to go into. I'm just gonna leave it because nobody donates money to me, so it doesn't matter. I'll fix it in post.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. I'll fix it in post. I could, but it's
yeah.
just it's so much. It's such a hassle.
No, I'm totally fine with keeping that Squarb's kind of a Dumby.
He's a himbo bird. Let him be.
Just a little bit. His points are not in intelligence, man.
It's so good.
But I thought it's just still reeling from the fact that Scorb didn't know she was undead.
Look,
So
I
good.
don't judge. I had just kind of assumed it was a thing, and that you would tell me when you were comfortable.
I'm pretty sure I have told you.
I honestly don't recall. I've been doing so much paperwork the last month. Like, I need you to understand, like, everything. When you and I have not been together, which has been a fair bit, I've been doing paperwork and I've been getting ready to become a diplomat, which is not my forte.
I think you did a good job.
I did good enough.
Yeah.
Skill issue in reference to perception.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say anything on that one.
Oh my goodness.
There-
This session
there-
has me laughing out,
there-
crying.
There's nothing to be said. I love this group so much. You guys are my favorite group. You guys do so much for me, and I do so little in return. I feel so bad. That's not true. I do a lot behind the scenes, but like I feel like I don't do enough.
You do plenty, friend.
Oh my goodness. So
Anyway.
so after a little bit, King Damien comes back. He's got like he fashioned himself like a little he fashioned himself a little a little like what's it called? Like a little carrier to carry the firewood. He's got enough firewood to cover his back.
Nice.
Dang.
He's like a relatively big guy, right?
He's
For-
he's like a so he think like if I were to define his build, he has a very like farmer's build, I guess is the best way to put it. Like he's very much he's very much a worldly traveler. Like he's not thin like you would expect normal half elves. He's quite stocky in terms of like he's got muscle, because of all of his years of adventure. But he's not like he's not gonna arm wrestle a Goliath, but he's certainly not gonna like get knocked out after one punch either. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's athletic. He has a very athletic build. I guess is the best way to put it. Like-
I also just imagine that like being the king of the Fey realms, he like gained like a couple inches from that.
Oh yeah,
right?
for
Like,
sure.
He's a tall one.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, he I would say that like I would say that he stands like not compared to his wife obviously, but comparatively he stands like 5'8", 5'9".
Short king.
He stands as tall as I do, and I'm not short.
You're taller than me, so I consider you tall. By comparison.
I mean, that's fair.
But he's just like, all right, I got firewood.
Great.
Thank you.
So who went hunting?
Nobody yet?
I'll get on it.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
it's
he just-
just not really something I think about.
So he goes, all right, cool. And he sets it down. And he goes, all right, I'll get the fire started. And he starts to like lay down a foundation of like dry tinder. Like he,
Whisper, you can just
Damn, this man is efficient.
yeah, like he's like he goes like, hey, you ever done this before? Visper, come here. I'm gonna teach you how to build a fire.
All right.
I want to teach you how to do it without magic. All right, because this will come in handy one day. I promise. All right, so first things
no,
first.
not really.
Watch it literally come in handy next session.
All right, so you're gonna build a little. You're gonna start with a tinder, right? Yeah, so like dry grass, some twigs here and there, very small stuff, and then you're gonna go ahead and take these two sticks. All right, rub them together. I'm kidding with you. Here, you take some flint and steel.
Minecraft. Sorry.
So
It's
we're
also
back in
common
the
survival
blind-
tactics. Like that's just the common thing. Like most outdoor survival kits come with flint and steel. All right, so what
Do
you're
when
gonna do?
they put something from Minecraft in real life.
Amazing. Yeah. So
My
you're
face
just gonna.
went.
Okay, so you're just gonna take that flint. You're gonna go ahead and just gonna take a little bit. You're gonna scrape that down. You're gonna take the steel, scrape that down, get some shavings on there. Then you're gonna strike it with the flint, and you're gonna cause sparks that should light it on fire. All right, give it a shot.
All right.
You need to beat a 3 on a survival check. You have advantage because your father is
Alright.
helping you.
All right, so would I roll with advantage?
Yes, roll
Yes.
advantage with survival.
Come on,
Alright.
Vesper.
Survival's
I got
wisdom.
this.
You just need to beat
Come
a 3.
on.
Hey.
Okay, I
Yay!
beat this.
She had a,
18.
okay, so here's the thing. I didn't realize she had a +1. She literally had to roll a 2 or higher.
Yeah. She could. The thing is, she
She
could
could have
failed.
failed.
If
Yeah.
she was on the.
That's
On the
what
streak
makes
of
me
2.
super fun. That's what makes it super funny. She could have failed. She didn't, but she could have. And that's what makes it funny. Yeah. So he goes, all right, good job. All right, cool. So now we just gotta, be kind to it. We gotta remember, fire is good, but it's dangerous. So we gotta be careful with it. But we want to, fan it a little bit. Make sure we got this. I'm teaching everybody how to start a fire, by the way. So I hope you're getting your lessons in. So you fan it a little bit, but don't burn it. But don't blow it out. Don't blow it out. All right. We just gotta make sure it's secure. All right. And then when the fire's burning up, that's when we start adding larger and larger pieces of wood. Get that fire rolling. We'll get a nice, good campfire going. All right. So we're gonna do this nice and easy. All right. So that should be good. And then. So like over time, he's showing, he's like telling you timings and things of that nature to get the fire going, and like eventually you guys get a nice large campfire going, just big enough to keep the camp lit up, keep you guys warm for the night. Millennia, please go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Will do. Please don't be bad. Hey, 19.
That's wonderful.
Hey.
That's more than enough. So yeah, I will say this. He did say hunting, but you don't technically have to go hunting. You could just go foraging. Would you like to do one, the other, or both?
I'll do both.
Cool. I would say because you rolled so well, you have enough to provide sustenance for the whole party.
Awesome.
So you come back. You caught a couple of jackrabbits, and you managed to find some what you assume to be edible berries.
Can I scent them to make sure that they're edible?
Yeah. So you set them down, and the king goes, "Oh, hey, look at that!" And he just literally pops one right in his mouth.
Ah, cool. All right.
These are great. They're like, how do I say this? So they're berries, right? But
Right.
they just sustain you for like the whole day.
Oh, they're good berries.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're pretty common
So they're-
nowadays.
So they're crackberries.
Huh. Well, now I don't feel safe selling them to you.
Selling.
This is why we're not allowed druids anymore.
Hey, y'all got any more of them good berries?
It'd be worse. You could be a high elf on the ground smoking from a bong. Hey, man, that's not cool.
Hi, elf.
Not cool, man.
Oh my goodness.
I can relate to high elves.
I agree.
That's can I.
Same.
I see. We're all here for that.
I can't believe we're at. Never mind, I can.
Yes, you can. Don't even lie.
You ever met one of them green elves? If you catch my you got.
yuck,
Sans
yuck, yuck.
Sands and Shadows
know.
do not advocate drug use. Please do not follow our example.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm like a wood
Or
elf.
yuck.
We
Oh
are
my
now in the clear.
We are in the clear. We do not advocate drug use. But we will not. But we will also not
We don't?
outwardly judge your life choices. So do what you will.
Are you
Look, man.
sure?
Look, man, if you need drugs, you need drugs. That's what the doctor's for.
Oh, this is so Twitch doesn't get mad at us.
Yeah, this is so we're advocating so that way Twitch doesn't dox me.
We're not. We're not advocating for anything. We just, everyone's free to live their own life, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so we're moving on.
Yeah.
We're moving on from this. You guys have a wonderful dinner. You have a wonderful dinner of fresh killed rabbits and good berries. I would say
Good berries.
we're leaving it. We're leaving it. Fine. Everything's fine. I will say that because you guys had managed to get good berries, that you guys, I would say you have enough left over for rations if you guys still have rations in your inventory.
Oh, I have a ton.
Yeah, I would
I have
say
like
that.
I
3.
think I have some.
Yeah.
I have 1 day of rations.
Yeah, I would say
Oh
you guys.
yeah, I have one day.
I would then say that because you guys had leftovers remaining,
Oh, actually,
you
I
would
have
have
10
enough
days.
for an additional day's worth of rations if you wish.
Nice.
Cool.
So take that as you will. So yeah, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna take first watch. It's been a while. I miss it. I'm gonna do it.
I'll
Fair
take
enough.
second.
Oh, little needle mine, what wonders shall we create? Hey, pretty good. So the king takes the first watch, and all of you, save for Violet, who doesn't need to sleep, I guess, drift into a pleasant dream for the evening. I'm going to ask Ember. Roll me a
Yo.
roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Roll you what one?
A wisdom saving throw.
You want a wisdom saving throw. Got it. Okay.
Oh, that's a check.
I'll let you keep the nat 20 though, because that just seems mean.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a
But-
giant chubby dragon just ate my die.
Oh yeah,
I rolled
yeah.
a natural 20.
Right. But what was the saving throw? Like what's the value? Because I want to know the total, just to be on the safe side.
22.
It's still 22. That's a check. Is the +2 also your saving
It's a
throw?
22.
Double check it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. So you have a +2 to your saving throw for wisdom as well.
Yes.
All right, cool. Just double checking. All right, sick. All right, cool. Wow, nat 20, awesome. So Ember, as you drift off into your dream, I just realized my phone is still set to not vibrate. As you drift off into this dream, you begin to have, you begin to envision a night of revelry, a night of festivities, a night of fun, and you don't really recall if it's from the past or if it's a really sweet dream you're having. But you have a cask in your arm, and you know, you're just indulging yourself as you then pull out your pan flute and you begin to just do a quick little ditty on it, and everybody's cheering and having a grand old time. And then as the darkness begins to envelop around you, sort of like when your vision begins to blur and it begins to close in on you, that's when you realize that you are in fact dreaming. You're having a lucid dream as an image of a face appears in your mind's eye. And I'm going to ask, what is Ember's deepest fear right now?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Oh my. Well, she's got a bit of a mysterious past that she doesn't really like talking about. But in order to reveal a little bit about her, I guess I do have to share with you her deepest fear, and it's being forgotten by her family, specifically her father.
Okay. So this face, as it begins to warp and shift amidst the shadows, begins to take the shape
Oh my.
of your father, and then smaller wisps of shadow begin to pop
no.
up and take the form of your family, your siblings, your mother, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, your entire clan, as it were, begins to slowly pop up
Oh
and
shit.
just begin to surround you. Where there was once this din of revelry is now this deep darkness and silence that surrounds you. Light begins to fade all around you. There's no more like candle lights and song of joy. It's now this utter darkness and silence with these cold blank stares all surrounding you. And then you begin to panic just ever so slightly, as if you're having your breathing becomes very rapid. You begin to gasp for air slightly, and then that's when you realize at this moment, as everybody begins to slowly turn away and walk away from you, this is not real. This is merely a dream, and you are much stronger
Still pretty
than
fucking
whatever.
scary dream.
And you are much stronger than whatever it is that's going through your mind. And as that resolve begins to burn within your chest, it begins to, this ember slowly sparks and becomes a blaze as it lights up the shadows around you. And you see the creature that was trying to strike fear into your heart is nothing more than a wisp of a shadow within your mind's eye, blinded by your divine radiance, as it then disappears from your mind, and your dream of revelry resumes once more. Millennia.
Well then.
I'm not
Please-
sure how
Oh,
great
no.
those berries were.
No, not me.
No. I require you to please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, friend. Oh no, dear friend. Oh no.
Oh, it's a 17.
Okay. I will ask you the same question. What is currently Millennia's deepest fear?
That she won't be able to stop
Oh.
if she gets too lost in her let's say,
In her primal instincts?
yeah.
Okay. Millennia, you don't often dream,
Right.
I would say. But this is one of the few instances where you let your mind and your body like truly be at rest, which allows the mind to dream. It allows the mind to reset. It allows you to dream. Your dream is you see yourself back in Bestiaire, the kingdom of animals, along within the continent of Valor, where you guys preside, just beyond the mountain range that separates Abu Kunasa from the rest of the continent. You envision yourself training with your master and your former and your fellow schoolmates, right?
Right.
You guys are learning the art of the blade. You practice on wooden posts, learning how to strike at different angles. You all shout out as if releasing all this pent up tension in your body, and it's fun for you. For the longest time, it's a lot of fun. You're learning things. You get to hit things. You know, you're not getting into any trouble. Your clan, though in your mind may have abandoned you, they probably left you in a better place than when you were with them, is how you
Right.
feel in this moment. Time fast forwards, and you are now a young lady. You are going through a sparring match, and you take a glancing blow, but from one of your classmates. And this is a first for you. You've always been at the top of the class. You've always been very deft and able to either parry or outright avoid strikes. But this is the first time somebody outside of the master has been able to get a blow on you, like a real one.
Right.
Your pride kind of overwhelms you in this moment, as when the sparring match resets, you let loose and you strike harder than you've ever struck before. Though they didn't die, they fell unconscious. And it was at that moment, when the adrenaline finally subsided, you realized what you had done. But a little bit of you really enjoyed the fact that you brought them down low. Fast forward a little bit more. About maybe a year prior to you leaving. This is a moment that you remember. This is the moment where you left left your master, where you were sparring once more, and you took it too far, but you kept going instead. Instead of stopping when you were told, you kept going. Till eventually, your vision began to blur. It turned red for a brief moment. And you had your primal instincts took over in this moment. This was no longer a classmate. This was prey, and you are a predator. And like all predators, you strike with the intent to kill. It is in this moment where you flash back to that memory of when you made technically your first kill. How does Millennia feel in that moment from her memory? Like, what was that like for her?
Elation.
Elation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, she achieved something greater than herself.
Okay. I would say it is at this moment where that elation kind of turns into slight madness. You feel the hairs across your entire body begin to bristle, as if you are constantly aware of the threats around you, but your smile, your toothy wolf smile, begins to appear, and you look almost manic as blood stain across your cheek and into your eye. Your eyes still are these deep crimson as you huff and puff over the corpse of your former classmate. It was at this moment where everything around you sort of turned around and became your enemy. And you fought. You fought for survival. This was no longer about being superior. This is about getting out of a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
You see flashes. You don't have the full memory, but you see flashes of you striking down fellow students, though you weren't really sure what you were doing. It's a haze, just a blitz of movement and bloodshed, screams all around you. And then suddenly, when the rain begins to fall, your fur begins to spark, and then that's when it happened. That's when this spark just erupts from you, pushing everyone back as bolts of lightning streak from your blade and from your body, sending everybody away. And that is when you calmed down. But that's when you panicked, and then you begin to flee. You flash forward to a memory of when you first met Visper and Violet and everybody else, and you felt comfort. It wasn't perfect, but you had a job, you had security, and maybe some new friends. But then your vision begins to shift, and darkness begins to envelop you, begins to consume your comrades, and where they were once standing there, smiling and having fun with you. You now see them. Large gash wounds across them, blood seeping from their eyes and ears. Violet dismembered. You see Squorb down on one knee with his wings clipped. You see Ember strewn across her loot, with her head through her loot. You see Visper battered and broken, and you see that she looks at you not with the disappointment or anger, but with sadness and confusion. And the 17, what is going through Millennia's mind as you do succeed, I will say.
Okay.
You do succeed. So how does Millennia break through this darkness in her mind?
I need a breath real quick.
Sorry.
That was intense.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry, guys. I forgot to mention this is the emotional trauma episode.
Yeah.
Dang,
We're bringing all the demons out today.
my jaw really dropped hearing that. I was like, huh?
So you learned a lot.
Yeah.
So at first there's that same feeling of elation that she felt before, but this time she forces it down and says, "No, I'm not doing this again. These are friends. These are under my protection. I
Okay.
will not do this again."
Amazing. So, as you say, they are under my protection. I will not do that again. You feel this voice echo in your head. Overcome is the only word you hear as a crack of thunder booms throughout the entire darkness, and you feel your body begin to spark with electricity, and as you let out a mighty howl, arcs of lightning streak from your body, dispersing the shadows of your mind, revealing the culprit that has tried to strike fear into you once more. It is this wisp of a shadow that's, again, frightful of the light you provide, and disappears from your mind. Score, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. 1 sec.
Wow, what a move on.
Please be decent. That's 11.
Scorb, please describe to me Scorb's current, deepest, darkest fear.
Oh, Squarb is desperately terrified of failure. Right now, the big thing that's been weighing on his mind is obviously saving Serena, but it goes a little bit deeper than just that, because Squarb's been haunted his entire life by the idea that he would never be good enough at, like, anything he did. And like when he dropped out of Knights Academy, he heard his dad in the back of his in the back of his mind telling him like that he was nothing, that he was worthless, and it was just not gonna amount to anything. But so ever since then, he's been doing the whole Atlas complex thing of taking on as much as he can and trying to fix everything as much as he can, and he's worried that it'll all become too much.
Okay. So, Scorb, you are back in Abu Kanasta. You are flying with your wingmates, Persephone, and my goodness, it's been so long, I forgot the boy's name.
Oh gosh, I have it in my notes. 1 sec. Let's see.
I think it was I think it started with an M.
Hang on.
Minaj, I think it was.
Yeah, it was Minaj.
Yeah, so you see Minaj and Persephone on Sunhawks flying with you, and you've always been at home in the skies. You've always felt at peace in the sky because unlike the rest of your platoon, unlike the rest of your squad, you're the only person who can truly fly without the aid of another. And it's this feeling of being unshackled, but knowing you have this weight of responsibility on you is what keeps you, I guess, level-headed. This intricate balance that Squarb has weaved his entire life of meeting expectations and the weight of responsibility, but having the freedom to decide what that expectation means to him has always been a very tight balancing act for him.
Mm-hmm.
And you have solved many cases. You've gone on many scouting missions before, and a lot of it you feel like you have accomplished a lot in your time. I mean, you know, you're a well respected officer of the Skada Audine. You're well respected not only by your own your wingmates, but also your superior officers and the people around you. They respect you. Some of them even revere you into some regard, though you would never admit it. You want to stay as humble as possible. You would never admit to that, but it is something that. Thank you. It is something that that you have always sort of wanted that your father had never provided, and that scar, that mental scar of failing under the Knights Academy to not achieve that next level for you, had always weighed you down. And in your dream, you visibly see that as a shackle on your foot, like a shackle with a ball and chain, right? But it was never too heavy for you to bear. Then all of this happened in the span of like 2 months. This case of this spree of thefts going all throughout Abu Kanasta. You took it upon yourself, and then that's when you started to add more weights. You found another rock, and you put it on your back. And then you met these civilians who you didn't think were nothing more than that, but you realized that they were a part of this. So now you had the expectation of, I got to be a good cop to these people. So you have another rock that's even bigger stacked on your back. And you continue throughout this day. You're investigating. One lead leads to a dead end. You're getting ambushed. There's this cult of Golion, a god of desolation, and all these small things. The mountain of paperwork you have to deal with. The fact that your headquarters got obliterated and you lost good people that day. You felt personally responsible for this. All these small things that became bigger and bigger things that you were not able to take care of, that you were not able to handle, begin to pile on, and suddenly this stack of rocks, slowly and steadily, just like the mythos of Atlas, slowly begin to coalesce and become a large boulder, a weight on your shoulders. And that freedom that you felt when you were in the skies slowly and steadily begins to disappear. You are no longer able to spread your wings. You are no longer able to ascend. You are tethered to the ground by this massive weight on your shoulders, by this weight of failure and expectation shackling you on your feet. And for purposes of the weights literally say responsibility and expectation on your ball and chains on your feet. And you continue to press forward, however, because you know deep in your mind you're the only person who's going to do something about this, so you keep stepping forward. It's almost admirable how large this rock you bear on your shoulders. But as you continue to carry this weight, this shadow in the back of your head begins to whisper, you are not good enough. You cannot do this. You will never achieve what you set out to do. And then, just as you take that one heavy step forward, you feel it shifting. That weight on your shoulders, just ever so slightly. You heave a heavy, breath. And then you see the shadows coalesce in the form of Serena. And you see her wielding the blade of Golion in her hands. And then she looks at you. What does Scorb feel in this moment?
A huge sense of regret and loss.
It is at this moment where the sense of regret, the sense of loss, kind of slowly begins to overwhelm you. Your knees begin to buckle under the weight that you bear on yourself. And then, as you see Serena, she looks at you, and then she says, "You can't save me," before she disappears like sand in the wind. And then your body begins to buckle under the weight of that boulder that you bear, your Atlas complex. Scorb, when
Dear.
you awaken, you have a level of exhaustion.
Oof.
That tracks.
And I will say that you wake up in a bit of a fright, I will say. What is going through Scorb's mind after that dream, after that vision that he had?
Oh boy. Give me a sec.
Mhm. I'm sorry, I'm jumping trauma all everybody.
No. And this is a little bit on me for maybe sharing something, because like Squarb is like, he started off as kind of a joke character, I'm gonna be honest, but I've been using him to offload some of my own personal traumas, and
Hey, we all do that, all right?
I'm regretting it a little bit right this minute. Anyway.
Listen, I'm saying we all do it, all right? There's a reason why I have over 200 characters. I got a lot going on.
I understand.
Not everyone can afford therapy.
I'm too broke for therapy, so I have to play Dungeons & Dragons.
So I'm really not sure how to describe what's going through Squarb's mind, but anybody who sees him can see that he's very, like, physically worn out. Like, it looks as though everything he's carrying, like his armor, his bag, all of it, looks like it's really heavy to him today.
Yeah. I would say that you woke up in the middle of the night and it spooked King Damien. And so Damien approaches you and goes, hey, whoa, easy there, bud, easy. You good?
I don't know, Your Majesty.
Hey. First off, I respect that, but don't call me that when we're out here, okay? I'm just Damien. Or Dad if you're a Visper, but don't start calling me Dad, please. That's gonna be really awkward. I'm not used to that yet. It's still a thing. But all right. Do you want like some tea or something? I got a pot going.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, here. Let me get you something. And he pulls out a cup. And he pours the tea out, and then he goes into his little side pouch, and he plops in a couple of berries, and he goes, "Try that."
All right.
As you take a sip of the tea, you feel your body begin to really relax. As if like you know how I hope everybody understands this. You know how like your body, like when you wake up, is like really tense and stiff.
Yeah.
And like you feel that way throughout the entire day.
Uh-huh.
Now imagine getting a shiatsu massage the moment you wake up.
Oh.
That is the relief. It's divine. I recommend if you ever get the opportunity to do it. It's a very deep tissue massage. But like, what's it called? That's exactly what's going through Scorb's body right now. It's like all that tension, all those knots you had in your back, in your arms, just begin to slowly wash away. Just from that one sip of tea.
That's nice.
Though you don't lose that level of exhaustion, you do feel more at peace, I will say.
That's good enough.
All right. Not gonna do you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, do you want to try to get more sleep, or you want to stay up a bit?
I think I should try to get some more rest. I won't be able to be much help to anybody if I don't try.
All you can do is try, man. Trust me, I know. All you can do is try.
Squirrel will finish his tea and then fuck off back to his tent.
Yeah, you go to sleep. You go to sleep almost immediately as soon as your head hits the pillow. Violet, this one's gonna be a little interesting. So, I'm gonna have you roll a wisdom saving throw,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna have you roll it with advantage.
Fuck.
Ooh.
That is a 13.
Ooh.
That's a rough roll.
Wait 1 second. Can I use my things on saving throws?
Your
No, it's only on checks.
Yeah,
Okay.
sadly. Okay, so we dive in.
Okay. So I was thinking about this whilst because I knew you'd come to me as well.
I was expecting this.
Aha. So I'm gonna give you to work with the sort of two conflicting fears that are causing Violet constant anguish of the fear of not being able to remember and the fear of what she'll find out if she does remember.
Well, this is fantastic because I needed those two things.
Yeah.
This works out wonderfully for me. Okay, so let's go with this then. Let's start with one thing. What is... I guess, okay, so these are the two conflicting ones. The fear of not being able to remember and the fear of what is going to be remembered.
Yeah.
Let's start with the fear that what's going to be remembered. What does Violet fear about her past? Let's start with that. Like, what does she fear about the past that she doesn't remember?
I suppose what got her into this situation? Why is she back?
Okay.
Because this isn't something that happens to most people.
Right.
What
Like,
you're this?
you're a very rare case, some would say.
Yeah.
Okay. This is very fun. I'm super excited for you specifically.
Oh, me too.
All right.
I've
cool.
given you a lot to work with
I know.
Violet
with
beforehand.
Violet beforehand. So that's why I'm like, this is gonna be fun. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do.
That hasn't really been explored yet.
Violet, you can use knowledge from a past life for this. Roll a
Got it.
history check.
17. I don't need to, I don't think. You know what? Just for the sake of flavor, I will.
Good night, Meepus.
That bumps me up to a 23.
Ooh, okay. Violet, you don't dream unless you truly want to.
Yeah.
You normally just sort of fake unconsciousness for the
Yeah.
most part when everybody else is sleeping. But this is one of the few moments in your life where you're just sort of, or I guess I could say you're on life, where
Yeah.
where you sort of just let everything just kind of wash over you, like because for the past couple of weeks, this has been really over your head. I will say, and with the task that Manas Al Farad, your boss, has tasked you with doing, the deal you made with Etna, and all the things that has happened to you for the past 2 months. You never really had time to just sit down and just process it all. You're just kind of going from one gig to the next sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is your chance to really sit down and process it. And I would say, as you kind of let your mind wander, fragmented memories begin to return to you. It's not a whole lot, but they're significant. You remember being alive. You remember going out of your way and delving into caves and exploring ancient ruins, doing what you're doing now. Effectively, you were at some point an adventurer or perhaps a mercenary, but you weren't alone. You hear this voice, this very, I guess you could say, serene in your ears. It's this very beautiful dulcet voice that sort of echoes in your mind, and excuse me. Oh, that didn't feel good. I burped right in the middle of my speech, so just kind of had a little acid reflux situation. I'm sorry. But you feel at peace with them. You can't make out their face. You can't make out any sort of like physical features, but that dulcet voice, that calm, beautiful voice brings you like joy and peace, and that makes you want to remember more. But then another vision appears in your mind, and you hear the sounds of combat. You feel the heat of fire whizzing past you, only to have a bolt of lightning streak overhead as you fall to the floor. You are surrounded by shadows as you feel blades puncture your abdomen, and you hear that same wonderful voice scream out, "No!" as your vision begins to fade. Upon waking up, you are in a rather dusty building. Your body is stiff and heavy. Your vision is slowly coming back to you. You feel no warmth as a cold breeze goes right through your cheek, as if there was a hole in it. As you groan into consciousness, you see a familiar face. Though hooded, you see Manas Al-Farad, and he goes, "Ah, good, you're awake, child. Well, let's get you cleaned up, shall we?" Your mind then shifts into a new vision, and you are now dressed up a little bit nicer. You sort of feel like you're a doll in this aspect. You're not very comfortable. Manas has put you in a very simple dress with very plain shoes, and he's currently like fitting a hat for you, and he goes, "What am I going to do about that cheek of yours? I have just the thing." And he takes that hat and he enchants it. And this is where you get your hat of disguise. This is where you first got your hat of disguise, as he puts it on your head, and then he just traces the rim of the hat, and you notice the magic just kind of wash over you. And as he reveals the mirror to you, you see that though you still feel that emptiness in your cheek, there is nothing to show that it's there. It is as if that you've been brought back to life almost in its entirety. He says that in time, you'll remember bits and pieces of your life, but take it slow. Some things are better left forgotten. And that phrase begins to echo in your head over and over and over. For the past couple years, you haven't remembered anything. You've learned a lot, but you haven't remembered anything. And it's only now where you see these bits and pieces sort of come together They begin to form a much larger, though blurry, picture of your past. You understand that you died in action, but Manos resurrected you. But for what purpose? For what reason? What does that instill in Violet? Is that a sense of dread? Is that a sense of like expectation? What does she feel about these memories that she suddenly got back all of a sudden, though blurry as they are?
Oh God, now I have to separate
Yeah. Welcome
what
to the
I
hell.
know as the person who wrote some of this.
Yeah.
Fuck. Uh. Oh, sorry. Hmm. I guess her fears of knowing what happened only grow deeper. That something awful did happen,
Mhm.
and is even more scared to find out what it was.
I see. As that fear slowly begins to grow and grip you, you feel these fractured memories and these like this expectation of what you know versus what you don't know. This, and it's almost like, I guess the best way to put it is, have you ever been in a situation in your life as the player? Have you ever been in a situation in your life where you feel like not fear but anticipation? You know, like when you're, I guess the best way of putting it, like when you watch a horror film, you know, you're not like, you like when you're watching like a psychological horror, it's that tension you feel. That's what scares you, not like the actual event itself. It's the anticipation leading up to the action. That is what you are experiencing right now. It's that anticipation that's causing you to almost shiver. But you can't. But you might be misinterpreting it as fear, as the shadow begins to wrap around you and sort of grasp your head as it begins to whisper half sweet nothings and half very cruel statements about your shattered psyche, as it were. It would say things like, "It's best to forget. You have a new life now, a better life. Than in the other year, you are nothing more than a shattered puppet." Things of that nature. Um, and I'm going to ask, do you wish to delve deeper into your memories, or do you wish to, I guess, cease this endeavor for the evening?
Mm. One second while I grab a coin here.
Oh, okay.
We will let fate decide.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. Yes, we'll delve deeper.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom saving throw but just a flat wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, no.
Shit.
Oh, sweetie.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Oh.
shit.
That
That's
is
an 8.
Okay. Roll me a history check. You may use your knowledge of a past life.
I don't think knowledge of a past life is going to save that one much, so I'll just keep that 6 on my
Okay.
history.
Okay. The voice, the shadows, I should start with, begin to creep over you. You no longer have a voice as the shadows encompass your throat and begin to creep into your mouth and to hold your tongue. That fear of the unknown and that fear of what you may learn begin to coalesce into a much larger fear. And as your memories begin to race, you try to find more memories to piece them together. You get a single fragment back, a single piece of memory. And you realize you weren't surrounded by blades when you died. As you look into the tear-streaked face of the woman who once fought alongside you, has thrust her blade through your abdomen. And the screaming no echoes in your head as the shadows envelop your eyes and consume you entirely. Violet, when you wake up, you will suffer a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
All right, baby girl, you're up.
Oh no.
Oh no,
No.
Vesper's turn.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Drama.
What was that?
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh goodness. Oh no.
You
All
got,
right.
you got this.
I got a 12.
No.
Well,
Wait, that's bad. Oh goodness.
What is Vesper's deepest, darkest fear in this moment? Not including the dungeon master.
I don't think that's Visper's
Time.
greatest fear, but
No, but it is mine.
Yeah.
It's starting to become mine.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
Time to sip from the trauma tea.
we gonna
Anyway.
spill the whole pot tonight.
But anyways, I guess it will have to be what is it? Living up to expectations, and those expectations might lead to death, I guess.
Woo!
Yeah,
Expectation trauma. Oh, my favorite. Let's go.
Oh no.
I am
Holy
familiar
shit.
with this trauma. Let's do this. Okay.
Great.
Whisper. Your dream is elated. You feel elation. I mean, think about this. You convinced your parents to allow you to continue traveling to material plane. Your mother loves you very dearly. Your father, of course, has nothing but joy in his heart and love and compassion for his sweet, lovely plum blossom. And your friends are there to help you, guide you, become the woman you hope to become when it comes time for you to ascend to the throne, to become the new matriarch of the Court of Spring. But there's this voice, this darkness in the back of your mind that causes you nothing but worry and anxiety. And you could call it imposter syndrome, or you can call it anxiety, but we're going to call it fear. For that is what it is. This fear, this weight of expectation that because you are the next in line, because your brother fell in battle, you are the next in line for the throne. And this fear that you are just not going to be good enough when the time comes begins to sort of overtake you. It's like it's not like shackles of weight. It's not like an Atlas problem like it was with Scorb. It's more like this ever expanding and looming shadow that seems to cling to you endlessly and begins to slowly creep up your leg before it envelops you entirely. And the more you fear this, the more you allow it to consume your mind, the more it begins to kind of make it impossible for you to move the way you want to do. And so that's why you broke out. That's why you rebelled in a way. You were afraid of that responsibility, of that expectation. You were afraid of disappointing not just your parents, but your entire kingdom, as it were, your entire court, the entirety of the Fey realm. I mean, you're just 16. How are you expected to become something like your mother, to become a queen, a protector of all these lives, a spokesperson, a guardian? You barely understand your own language. And that fear, that expectation drove you to rebel, drove you to run away. But the thing about problems, they don't just simply go away because you run away from them. And that's what the shadow represents. It's that lingering fear, it's that lingering problem that no matter how hard you struggle, no matter how hard you push it away, it's your shadow. It's always going to be there until you learn to turn around and face it. When your friends came to help you, to provide you with the means to allow you to travel, to be your pillars of support, I would say at this moment, Visper, you had more expectations placed on you in that moment because of the circumstances of your escape. But now that you are allowed that freedom, there are new expectations, there are new fears. I'm no longer just a runaway kid. I now have new responsibilities. These people are protecting me. And I've got to do that in turn. And though you play it off as being this very childish, this naive child, which in truth you are, but it's this fear that your naivety, this fear that your childlike wanderlust is going to put your friends' lives in danger, going to put your life in danger. That's when the shadow begins to slowly creep up to you. Your voice no longer escapes your lips. Your breathing becomes shallow and raspy. You're having a panic attack, to put it bluntly, because you don't know what's going to happen. You're afraid of what's going to happen. And this magic that you wield, this wild magic that you were born with, that luckily has not gone off and hurt your friends, you envision yourself as a walking time bomb waiting to blow up. And that fear, that anxiety, that begins to push you. Visper, I want to ask you how you feel about your relationship to your magic, knowing that you never fully know what the consequences of every time you cast a spell is going to be.
Well, if I had to say, I would say a little iffy about it, as I do like using it, but I don't want it to accidentally go too far and end up hurting someone. So, yeah.
Okay.
if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. You have a vision of going into this ancient ruins in the Feywild with your friends and now your father, and you you go, you expect this like grand adventure that you read when you were a kid, that your father told you, one of his adventuring stories. You begin to hear your father narrate. I was with this group of adventurers once where we had to dive down into this cave that led into some ancient ruins, and you begin to envision this in your mind, and you see you and your friends doing the exact same thing. You guys are going to the forest. You are, you're going into the ancient ruins, and your father's voice continues to echo in your voice as he begins to narrate the story. Yeah, we were a pretty tight crew. I watched our backs. We had one guy, pretty big, mean guy, but he's just softy at heart. He was the meat shield, I guess you could say. Oh well, I shouldn't say that. He was the vanguard. That's the word that our wizard used. He was the vanguard, and and you envision that to be Squarb. He's your vanguard. He's your guardian. As he steps forward, shield raised, sword drawn, ready to take on any threat that comes in front of him. And then, we had this one guy, our wizard. He was pretty smart. He knew a lot, but his magic was always super handy. He had just the right tool for the job, and that's when you envision Violet. She steps up behind you, and you see her hands begin to emanate eldritch energy as she's ready to cast whatever spell is necessary for them. Yeah, and then we also had this really funny guy. He really loved to keep the party light and, make sure that we were, staying out of trouble for the most part, but he got into more trouble than you think. And that's when the vision of Ember steps in, her pan flute in one hand, ready to go, and her rapier in the other. But she gives you this wonderfully wide smile that kind of makes you feel like everything's going to be okay. And then, yeah, and we had we had a bunch of other people in our party too. We had a bunch of people coming in and out. But there was this one group. There was this one girl. She real tough broad, mind you. She's a real tough broad, but she always liked fighting in the front with the big guy. But the reason why she did that is because she was the only one who could actually keep him alive. And then that vision of Serena kind of appears in your mind's eye as he's describing this woman who you assume to be like Serena, a cleric, somebody who can heal but still be in the front. And then, but sometimes we didn't. Sometimes, she had to go off and do some weird religious thing or whatever. So we ended up calling this one guy who was like really, really cool. I really don't know how to describe him. And that's when the vision of Millennia comes in. You just see her as this really cool figure in your head, because she's kicked ass in your front of you so many times. It's kind of like that's all you know about her. She's like that. How like when you were a kid and you saw that really cool punk kid, and you always thought that guy was pretty cool. That's the image you have of Millennia. Like that cool, that cool older kid that you knew. Everybody had that, right? Like I wasn't the only one. That's like a 90s, 2000s. Everybody had that, right? Okay, cool. Like yeah, you had this really cool. Like that's what. Yeah, she's like the cool older kid to you. But as the story continues, you start to like envision your team going off fighting baddies in the tunnels, and then when you finally let loose a spell, you feel it. Your grip on that magic just disappears. Your eyes grow wide, and you realize you can't control that spell anymore. You can't control the magic. And what you were casting was a simple spell that you've cast hundreds of times. Slowly begins to embiggen and begin to slowly envelop your friends, this entire hallway, yourself, as that one firebolt you threw turned into a fireball. And that roiling sound of fire just begin to envelop you and your friends, just kind of deafens you. And when you awaken, you see the charred remains of all your friends, and you are left standing there amidst the wreckage as the shadows just take you and consume you entirely in fear. Visper, when you wake up, you will also have a level of exhaustion.
Oh my god! And you came up with that on the spot?
Yes.
I have no words.
Top notch.
That was heavy, Doc.
Gosh dang.
You all awaken the next morning. Some of you exhausted, some of you empowered. But you see that the fire pit has been snuffed out, and you do not see the king anywhere. As you exit your tents.
Can I say that Melly's been awake for like a couple hours already and just is kind of gripping her arm,
Yeah, absolutely.
just kind of watching the smolders of the fire.
Yeah, I would say that you all still get a long rest, but those of you who failed your wisdom saving throws, the three of you, Score, Violet, and Visper, you have a level of exhaustion. So just so we're aware of that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do I get my
Yes, you get
my
Yes, you get your knowledge from
Yeah.
past life back. Yes.
cool.
Squarb stumbles out of his tent, and everything he's carrying looks really heavy today.
Good morning, Scorby. Yeah, I'm gonna assume you had a bad dream too.
Oh, it wasn't just me.
No, I don't imagine it was just you.
Ah. I'm afraid I wasn't able to get a good night's sleep. I may not be, very helpful today.
It's all right to take a seat back.
Is it?
Yep. Everyone needs one every once in a while.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm. I don't know what else to say right now other than okay.
Sometimes that's all you can say, and she stands up and rubs her arm a little bit before gathering up her things.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You're sure?
Let's just say I remembered some things that I cared not to remember.
Ah. Same here, actually.
Hmm.
Let's check on the others.
Yeah, probably a good idea. And I'll go check on Visper.
Okay.
Visper, are you up?
Oh, hey. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, are you all right?
Yeah, everything's completely fine. I just didn't get that good of a sleep last night.
Hmm. Common story this morning, I see. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know where your dad went, but he's been gone since I woke up. He's
Well,
probably out hunting.
yeah, I figured.
Well, take your time getting ready.
Wait, can I just say something real quick? Like,
As a player, as a character.
not as like my character saying it out loud, but
Okay.
describe like how my character currently looks.
Yeah.
If that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, this very clearly looks like she's seen some stuff and clearly is not doing okay, but doesn't want to worry the others at all. So I just want to add that.
Okay. Melly doesn't really say anything about it. She knows kind of like how it is to want to put on a brave face. So she just kind of nods and lets you get ready for the morning and just closes the tent. She's not the most like
Your social graces suck.
yeah.
Yeah. Squarb's gonna pace around the camp and just whoever stumbles out of their tent next, he'll check on.
Okay.
I mean, Violet's Violet doesn't sleep. So
Right.
Violet's kind of just been sitting outside completely motionless for this entire time that you've been walking around.
Squarb will walk up. You good? Violet?
Hmm?
You good?
Oh,
Me neither.
Wow, I really fucked you guys up, didn't I? Damn.
Yes! Oh my goodness.
Am I correct in assuming that you had a dream of some sort?
you could say that. I'm not really used to them.
I'm shocked. It seems everyone else had a similar experience.
Oh,
I had a rough night as well.
I see.
Are you okay?
Uh, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
And she walks off into the woods.
Square will call out after her and just, if you need anything, please just tell me.
She nods and like waves behind her, not turning around.
Okay.
That tracks.
That perfectly tracks, yeah.
Next person.
All that's left is Visper and all that's left is Ember.
Yep. I'll go check on
Mhm.
I'll go check on Ember. Hey.
I'll join
Are
in
you
that.
all right? We both kind of open the just one side for one person, one side for the other, and just like,
Knock, knock, knock.
hey, are you good in here?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing so hot. No.
Well, you look better than Squab does.
Hey,
No offense.
It's me, the devil.
You're
Yeah,
not thinning enough.
I'm not feeling great. I'm not doing great. And I am struck with the realization that my party may not, our little group of friends here may not know that much about me. I think maybe I've played my cards a little too close this time, and I think it's about time maybe I take our adventuring just a tad more seriously and open up a little bit to everybody. I'm feeling kind of emotional today.
Square gives
I'll
Ellie a look.
yeah, I probably need to do the same. uh she kind of glances at her arm and just not maybe right now.
Yeah, I can wait. Waiting is good. Procrastination is key.
Yeah.
If ever there was a time to take our journey serious, now would be it.
Uh,
Is Scorb standing right in front of me?
Yeah. Like, I'm right next to Melly.
Okay,
The
well,
two
I'm gonna
biggest
look at
characters,
Scorb.
right?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like-
No, absolutely.
In the tent.
Just
Blocking
In the doorway of the tent.
I'm gonna look up at Scorb and I'm gonna be like, up until this point, I didn't know I was capable of taking much of anything seriously. So here we are. Give me time.
I'll admit, I can't imagine what that's like. Sorry? And then Squire will just kind of, like, awkwardly
Sorry is
back out of the
unnecessary.
door.
well, take your time getting ready. The king's off doing something. Violet walked off into the woods. Probably need to go after her.
Well, if you need me, let me know.
Yep. Yep.
Wait, she just went off into the woods by herself?
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily seem like the best idea if everybody had some interesting, horrible, terrible dreams.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go after her.
I'll
and
join
then-
you.
Okay. Probably
It's clear she's not wanting to talk to me, so I'm gonna leave you two to it.
Oh wait, can I add something?
yeah.
I'm gonna just say I'm out of the tent now and just sitting around like in the corner, not really doing anything that much. Just want to add that.
Okay, cool. So you're just kind of meandering around.
Well, not meandering really, just in a corner, I guess. Just sitting,
Got you.
messing with grass, I
Gotcha.
guess.
Got you. So after a few minutes, you guys had finished your conversations about trying to go after Violet. The king, King Damien, he comes out of the woods. He's got something slung over his back again, and his hair is all tousled up. There's bits of branch and leaf inside of it, and he's got like a little like a cut on his cheek and things of that nature. But he walks over and he goes, "Morning." Oh, ooh. You
Hey, I got a-
all,
Any of us had a good night.
yeah, you all look like shit.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Shoot!
Yeah, sure, go for it. He
Is
just
there
drops down whatever he had carrying on next to the campfire.
is there some sort of creature here that can like make you dream of your biggest fear?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I probably should have warned you about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
that one, that's on me. That would explain a lot, actually. Ooh, that's rough. Okay. So yeah, so that's a thing that can happen. That doesn't happen often, but you all must have some really pent up trauma because that's the only thing they eat. So
Yeah, you could say that.
They
You might
eat
want to check on your
trauma?
daughter.
they eat like the oh they eat like the fear from the trauma, you know what I mean? Or like they eat like whatever the negative emotion is, and they make you they make you basically relive it in your mind, so that way they can get like it's like they're like they're farming you, you know, they're kind of like waiting for your mind to get all all fucky wucky, so that way you get this nice ripe
You
fruit of
didn't tell us
fear.
about this before we got here?
Well, I thought you were all, reasonable people. I didn't think you had too much trauma. I figured it wouldn't be a big deal. You all seem like nice folk.
Everyone has trauma. It can't free you with your capitalism.
I don't even know how to address this disaster, but all right. Thank you, sir, for telling us about it after the fact. I guess now we just gotta play cleanup crew. Oh God.
Take a deep breath, Ember.
I feel like I've made a mistake. I
Slightly,
brought
yes.
breakfast.
Okay, that's good that's a good start.
I got breakfast.
That's a good start.
And,
I like food.
and he rolls over the equivalent of a bear cub with deer antlers on it.
Ah,
We have to eat something cute.
No, dead.
Look, the morbid among
Fair
us
enough.
say that dead does not preclude cuteness.
Wait a minute. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. What are you missing? Where'd they go?
They went off into the
Violet.
woods. I was about to go after them.
Oh.
I'm gonna assume I need to go fast. And she starts booking it into the woods.
Just Godspeed, Wolf Lady. She'll be fine, right?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
probably.
All right, cool then. Yeah, she'll be fine. Hey,
I think probably is a good take on this. I think maybe we should follow her and make sure she's not alone. You know, like Violet is alone right now. I think maybe we should follow them.
Violet was very clear and does not wish to speak with me. I'm going to leave her alone.
oh, good. I need help. I need help skinning this bear. So,
You've got it.
and he looks over to his daughter. Plum Blossom, you good?
Yeah, all good here, just playing with the grass. I'm not really that hungry today.
Now that's a lie.
Damien looks over to you, Scorbin, and goes, "Okay, that's a problem. She's always hungry."
Exactly.
Something here isn't quite like the others.
Okay, so here's the thing. Her mom's really the emotional support pillar in the relationship. Good with this whole.
Oh, because that wasn't already made clear to us.
I'm not really good at this whole emotional support thing yet. I'm still learning. What do I do?
No.
Just go ahead and make breakfast. Like, make it as good as you can. See if that entices her. I don't know.
Okay. Hey, honey, I'm making bear stew for breakfast. Your favorite.
Oh, okay. I have grass. Thank you.
You good, Visper? Because if you're not good, you can talk about it.
I mean, kind of.
You're not good.
Maybe.
Your dad immediately goes to skinning the bear. This is... Holy shit, this dad stuff is really hard.
He's off on his own adventure in this case.
My God, Dad's learning how to parent, just like hit theme from Spider-Man across the Spider.
And it comes full circle, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Emotional damage.
Oops, all trauma.
Oops, all trauma.
I don't mean to push it, Visper, but if you had a dream of some sort, you're not alone. We all had some kind of encounter last night. If you'd like to talk about it, You're welcome to. We're friends.
What you don't
Uh,
see,
oh.
so what you don't see is King Damien sweating bullets after he said we all had some sort of encounter last night.
Oh.
Oh.
Damien didn't sleep last night.
Oh.
Oh, hell.
So
Oh, goodness. Oh goodness. Oh wow.
Actually, I wanted to. Can I roll to? Is that like an insight or something to like be like, wait, hang on.
you could certainly roll an insight. I'll get that one to you. Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah. Like, hold up. I don't
Ace
notice
Attorney
anything.
music.
Oh wait, I've got disadvantage anyway. Hang
Yeah,
on.
you have
Let me see if
disadvantage
the roll is worse.
Yeah, because you have disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Yeah, no,
There's
It's a
we're
natural
gonna take
20.
the
Oh.
6.
There's
Okay, so it's a
what is
6.
it? Inspiration pool or something like that? We have that still.
That would just that would allow you to re-roll, but
Yeah, I'm not that invested in this. Squarb is too tired to worry too much right now.
yeah, I don't blame you.
There's this like prickling in the back of his head of like, wait, did the king sleep? But he doesn't want to be rude and ask.
yeah. I would say with a 6,
I mean, I can always
you,
do it.
yeah, I would say with a 6, you could certainly roll an insight if you want, Visper.
All right.
Do
With
that thing where you
disadvantage.
can, but you can also do that thing where you can balance out disadvantage with your chaos thingamajig, right?
I got a 16.
Did you roll a disadvantage because you have exhaustion?
Oops. Let me do that.
So
Let
ju-
me
so just
reroll.
roll again, and you take the lower of the 2.
All right. Well, I just rolled with disadvantage, so
Okay, that works.
I got a
I'll-
15.
Okay, and then okay, yeah, I think a 15 works. Yeah, 15 should be fine. Visper, it's you know your dad. There have been nights where you've seen him sleepless. He looks fine for the most part. I think he's riding the high of being able to go on an adventure with his daughter and her friends. That sleep seems irrelevant to him. It could also be because of his elvish heritage that he probably got sleep. He just was more active than the rest of you.
All right.
But yeah, he's just kind of like mumbling to himself now as he's skinning the bear. You know.
Can I talk to him?
Yeah, you can absolutely talk to your dad. You know, the thing that caused the problem in the first place, the lack of communication. I'm gonna learn you all today.
What
Swear
is
fucking
this? The
God.
consequences of my actions?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna learn you all today. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna traumatize you all, and then you're gonna learn to communicate. That's how D&D works.
So I'm just gonna go up to him like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?"
It's going pretty good, sweetie. I'm just skinning a bear. You want to learn how to skin a bear?
I'm a
Dad,
bit tired,
please.
so maybe not right now.
I feel that. Yeah, no, I understand. You want to talk about it?
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh,
I know you're not.
Yeah, I had an awful dream last night.
Squarb's gonna scarper and just let them talk.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you wanna talk about that? He's still skinning the bear because he's got to get this done before they come back. But he looks at you every once in a while as he's kind of like skinning the bear, and yeah. So he's just like, so you wanna talk about that dream, kiddo?
Yeah, I guess I can.
Okay. Well, what start from the beginning if you can. You know, we'll figure it out.
Can I eat grass while I talk?
No, honey, the grass here isn't healthy for you. You remember, you gotta eat the medicinal grass. That's the good stuff.
I want to eat grass.
Okay, well, hold on. And he pulls it, and he digs inside of his pouch. and he pulls out what looks to be these very long stalks of like grass, and but they seem to have like spices on them. And he goes, "Go ahead."
All right. Nom.
Okay. All right. So you just wanna talk about it, or you wanna eat the grass?
I'ma talk about it.
All right. Well, I'm here for you.
Okay.
So what happened?
So basically, what happened is that I essentially had a dream where my powers went haywire and all of y'all got incinerated and basically died.
Oof. That's pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So so is that like do you think that's gonna happen to you?
I don't know. Do you think that would happen to my powers where they go haywire and end up killing everyone I love?
He like he puts the knife. He puts his carving knife down for a minute, and he like looks up at the sky and then takes a deep breath. I'm gonna be honest with you, sweetie. I'm not the kind of person to answer that question. Your mother would have the answers to that. Because that's where you get your powers from. You get your powers from your mom. And, well, actually, you get your powers from here, and he gestures to the entirety of the Fey realm. But you inherited your mother's gift for the powers of spring, so that's why, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't. And that's why we wanted to keep you here, to train you, to get you ready, so that way it doesn't become an issue, As your mom could tell you that it's not great, just having your magic go haywire like that, But look at her. She has it under control, and she uses it for good. She does it for she does good with her magic, And I know you do too. I know you try to do good with your magic. I know you try to do good by these people. And I know you would never intentionally hurt them. Unless it's a really elaborate prank, then in that case we need to talk about that. But I know you would never intentionally hurt your friends, all right? So I know you got this. It's not easy, and I'll try to help out as best I can.
All right. Thank you.
I love you, kid.
I give him a hug.
He gives you a hug, and then he kisses you on the forehead. All right, now, when you're done eating that grass, you want to learn how to skin a bear?
I guess so.
He like pumps his fist. Yes! Father-daughter bonding time. Hey, Squab, you want to learn how to skin a bear?
Oh, fuck.
Meanwhile,
Sure, why not?
Meanwhile, out in the forest. Question, Ember, did you leave to go pursue Violet?
No, I was waiting for anyone else to volunteer to come with me, and nobody did. So I guess I should go now.
Okay. Ember and Millennia, you race into the forest to try to find Violet. I'm going to ask the both of you to roll perception checks, and Violet, You don't have to, but I'm going to ask you if you would like to roll a stealth check.
Instead, can I just use a passive stealth check of 15?
Yeah, I can do that. We'll let you
Great.
just like passively, just like kind of listfully become invisible.
Can I use my passive perception?
No, because you're actively looking for somebody.
Okay, because I got a
True.
10.
I got a 16 plus 3, 19 total.
Okay. I would
Thank
say
God.
then that then Ember, as you chase behind Millennia, you're a few steps behind, but you managed to catch up in time. Um, you both are huffing and puffing trying to find Violet, and then eventually, Ember, you spot Violet just off in the distance. She's alone. She's amidst some trees. Some leaves are falling, but nothing too crazy. She seems safe for now.
Just to add a little bit of flavor, there is a small legion of bugs that have been following Violet as she sort of just collects them while walking. Kind of just forward, like it's been pretty much a straight line
Yeah, yeah.
that she's walked.
Avoiding trees here
Um,
and there, but it's effectively a straight
yeah.
line.
And there's a bunch of like butterflies and beetles and things following her.
Yeah, I would say that's perfect. What do you two do?
I'll just call out Violet.
What about you, Ember? What do you do?
Same thing.
You both-
Hey, are you doing okay, friend?
Uh, I'll like look over to you guys and then keep going.
Violet, this is not the place to
Well,
do
that doesn't
this.
seem good.
I'm just pulling up.
We're not 100% sure this forest is safe.
Don't mind me. I'm just pulling up my Green Day soundtrack.
Eh,
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known.
I am searching
that just
for
took me
like
back.
something in specific, kind of, and I'll DM it to you.
Yeah, certainly. Go for it.
Violet, do you want to talk at all? And I'll just kind of jog up, sort of avoiding the bugs.
Ooh, easy enough. Yeah, you can have that.
Okay.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
It's not really so much a cliffside, but you do find like a large like outcropping that like extends up. Think like Pride Rock, but in a forest.
When we emerge, I'm gonna assume they've been following me for a moment.
Yes, they've been following.
The first like words I am like saying to them is like, or saying as they've seen me is, perfect, exactly. And still kind of just ignoring them. I'm gonna sit down and just watch.
Okay.
With my bugs.
With your swarm.
Yeah, with my swarm.
Okay. So you see Violet sit down at the edge of effectively Forest Pride Rock, and she seems to be looking out to the sky. What do you two do?
It's time to bond over trauma, I guess. And she'll kind of lean against a tree kind of close to Violet.
Okay. Ember?
I'm going to hang back a bit farther, but I am going to approach with caution because I think I may not be wanted here, but I'm not willing to go away just yet.
Fair enough.
Violet, I don't know what you saw in your dream, but I'm going to assume it wasn't the best thing.
It's a little bit terrifying to dream.
Yeah,
I haven't done it for years, and I don't remember when I did.
I
So
don't
you know,
dream
not a
often.
great experience.
I don't dream often either, so I kind of get that.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
usually too drunk to have a dream.
I mean, even then, like, I just have not experienced it
uh,
within my memorable life.
So it isn't even just that your dream might have been bad, it was that you had one at all.
Kind of. I mean, you know,
New experience kind of freaky?
yeah. I don't know.
I can understand that.
do you want me to tell you how I got here?
Okay.
She'll hold out her left arm and roll up her sleeve and take off her glove, and there, along her arm is a very deep brand that says the word depraved.
Oof.
Rough.
I killed most of my clan. I did not mean to. There's a part of me that's not good. And then I was banished after getting this brand. I cannot deny that there's part of me that enjoyed that. As I said, not all good. But you guys are making me want to be better.
Aww.
And I want you to know, Violet, that no matter what your dream was, if it was a memory or whatever, I don't know how your brain works, honestly.
Me neither. God.
That you can hopefully find comfort in the fact that you can open up. I
Not
mean,
to
you can't,
sound. Oh no, go ahead. You finish.
and just saying you can't get much more fucked up than that.
And not to sound too cheesy, but I guess what they say is true. That you really can overcome anything through the power of friendship.
Uh, and she's gonna take a slump against the tree and just kind of slide down till she's sitting.
Okay. I have something in store for that, Living. Don't worry about it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't think about it too hard. I got you.
Too late.
Oh goodness.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
You're right though, Violet.
I remembered.
You did.
A little, not much. I was killed,
Mm.
presumably, by someone I loved.
Oh,
I think. I can't tell. I don't remember who they are. Their face is a blur.
are you sure?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure of anything.
That's fair.
I was an adventurer, so you know, some things never change, apparently.
Well, what would you do if you ever met him?
The one who killed me?
Yeah. Do you want revenge?
I don't know.
World's a big place. You might run into them.
I'm
They might
terrified
scream
I
if you
will.
do that. They might scream. Sorry, that
What
was
if those
insensitive.
what if those dreams were trying to warn us of something like that? I mean, not to freak anybody out any further, but what if those dreams were warning us of potential realities we might face or ghosts of our past that we'll have to meet again? I think the only way we could get through something like that is to do it together.
In my case, I'm prepared to die for what I did. But having friends help out might not be the worst thing. I have something to protect now. That's all that matters to me.
Aww.
Stop.
Sorry. I'm feeling a bit emotional today.
I know.
What a great first session for her to come back to. Just the most dramatic one I had to create today.
It's like a welcome home party.
Mm-hmm.
The welcome home party of trauma. Welcome back.
Trauma.
This was really something. I did not expect this at all.
3 weeks.
I was ready for some happy fun time combat.
Say,
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Some dice, some numbers, some.
Well, we got some dice and some numbers, but
3 weeks.
I had a canon event.
uh,
Damn.
Thought I'd give this
I'm
to you
this
all.
session just brought out the writer in me. Oh my goodness. I'm coming up with backstory.
Good.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. I gave 3 weeks.
so before this, I sent Ekion a bunch of things because I had a wild idea for my backstory. And boy,
Hey.
you took off with it, didn't you?
You know the worst part? I only skimmed through that backstory that you gave me.
Yeah.
Like I read it, like I skimmed it, and then I was like, oh shit, I gotta buy this. Because I was grocery shopping at the time. And so I only skimmed it in passing. So the fact that I ran with
see.
it so well, I'll take my dub, thank you.
The fact that
Yeah.
you skimmed it and you keep saying that you skimmed it is only making me think you will pay for your insolence, and yet somehow we're the ones paying for it.
I mean, yeah, be kind of dumb not to.
Did you get my email? I skimmed it.
Yeah, I skimmed it.
You skimmed it. You will pay for your insolence, pilgrim.
That's what I was saying.
The backstory is all coming together.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
guess
not done with
I guess we're
Violet
gonna
yet
have to
either.
learn.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
we're gonna
no.
have to learn about Ember's backstory now, and I wasn't overly thrilled about writing her one, to be honest. I just wanted to see what would happen, and now I have ideas for one, and now I'm gonna have to write them.
I think this whole session just brought out the writer in all of us. Oh my goodness.
Could do something.
I gotta write backstory now. There's so many ideas.
Could do something.
Ideas.
Childhood trauma? Never heard of her.
No, I have no idea who she is.
Weird.
Weird.
So
The consequences of my own action? Huh, that's
Huh.
strange.
fascinating. Do tell me more.
This sign won't stop me, especially since I can't read.
But you know what will stop you?
Oh my
Emotional trauma.
Emotional damage.
Damage.
I'm glad we're here for it. I'm glad,
Everyone's just got that meme ready to go.
Yeah.
We're locking it down now.
I'm glad we're here for
Yeah.
it. I'm so happy
Whispers
for
on
this.
an arc.
But yeah, so you three having this wonderful bonding moment amongst the three of you.
Wonderful.
Watch the sunset. Well, I say wonderful as in at least you all can bond through trauma. Wonderful sunrise begin to peak just beyond the canopies of the forest. Before the three of you decide it's time to return to camp.
Melly is making the conscious decision not to hide her arm anymore.
Wonderful. It's at this moment where I'm going to ask Melly, though you are branded, what is going through... I guess I'll ask all three of you now that I'm here. What is going through all of your heads after sharing in your collective trauma, after kind of, bonding over that? What is going through all three of your heads in this moment?
For Melly, there's anxiety, but also like relief that she kind of doesn't have to hide that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like relief that it's more or less being accepted. I mean, she's gonna probably get questions when she gets back to camp, but hopefully it'll still be acceptance.
Okay. What about Ember or Violet? What's going through your guys' heads?
Well, Ember is thinking about all the years that she has spent away from her tribe and the reason, like her clan of dwarves, where she comes from, her home, and she's suddenly realizing that she cannot avoid going back forever, and that eventually she's gonna have to go home, and that she might not want to go alone, and this might be the perfect group of people to ask to come with her.
Wonderful. And how about Violet?
Violet didn't get any amount of closure from this. In fact, it is opened much more up than anything else. After this encounter, she's feeling good enough to actually be with people again, but has not much progress has been made, honestly. I don't know.
You would
Be
say
honest.
This is like the first step of your recovery, you would say?
Yeah.
Okay. When you make your way back to camp, I'm now going to ask Scorb and Visper, after, both of you sort of, I guess, expressed yourselves. What's going through your guys' heads? How do you feel after opening up to not just each other, but to King Damien or to the rest of your party? What's going through your guys' heads?
Something has changed within me. I think I'm on a completely new arc now. Yippee! It's not good.
So you would say that you feel like. So I guess you could say that you feel as though that you have, I guess, a new sense of conviction or resolve.
Kind of, maybe.
Okay,
No, not really.
that's totally fine too. It's absolutely fine too. What about
Kind of
Scorp?
just.
Squarb is feeling very literally crushed by everything that is going on in his head right now, and he's
Yep.
really torn on how to deal with it. Because there's a huge part of him that's just tempted to ignore the voice in his head and double down and try even harder to be stronger. And then there's this smaller voice, this like, hang on, you have other people around you. When you need to split up work with the Scout IOD, and you have no problem with that, so why can't you do that with this?
I
So
see.
he's just kind of like stuck in the middle there and a bit confused and just really like, oh boy,
Yeah,
you know?
I feel that.
Shoot, you just explained how my character basically feels. I suck at explaining.
No, it's totally
but
fine.
it's
It
literally
comes.
the
Yeah.
same.
It comes with age and experience. That's all I can say. It gets
Keep in
better.
mind, Louis, that I am a little under double your age.
Yeah. Like it comes with age and experience. You will learn to say things more eloquently the older you get,
Yep.
because you have a lot more experience to pull from.
Yeah.
But I think that with like how when you guys all come back, you see that Vespers, Squarb, and King Damien have finished skinning and cleaning this bear deer thing, and have already got some breakfast going for you guys. I would say you guys have a pleasant breakfast, though it's quiet. You guys sort of, I'd say you guys sort of just revel in the quietness that you guys have. Like nobody's talking. It's not eerie. It's not awkward. It's just peace. You guys seem more at peace. Though I will say that those who struggled throughout the night may still be tussling with some things. But I say throughout the rest of the day, I'm not going to make you guys roll for a day of travel. I'm going to say that throughout the rest of the day, it goes by without incident, and though some of you are wrestling with things that are beyond your control, or are wrestling with some ideologies, or maybe just some trauma is the best way to put it, that has suddenly just been brought to the surface that you've been suppressing for so long. I think you all just kind of go about the day without any incident, and
Level up.
no, you guys just leveled up. I would have loved to do that, but like, can you imagine? Like, yeah, you guys are level 8 again. No, you guys are level 8 now. No. I think this is a good place to end it. Is you guys arrive at the edge of the forest that divides the where you guys first enter the Feywild. It just where you now see directly in front of you this eerie, dark, dilapidated forest with dead trees, with gnarled burrs and thorns every which way, briars that seem to reach out and grab at things. This cold air sweeps across you as if beckoning you to come deeper. And you see Damien. He goes, "All right, this is where things get tricky. I'm gonna ask you guys again. You ready for this?"
We have
Ready
to
as they'll
be.
ever be.
Yep.
I suppose
Let's
so.
do this.
Alrighty. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've only ever been in here a handful of times, and each time I was escorted by like a bunch of other people. I don't know what to expect in here. So hope you wear really tight. I hope you wear really thick boots, or just watch your ankles. I'll say that. Just watch your ankles. All right, let's go. We're gonna go. We're gonna get a relic.
Melly takes a quick glance down at her sandals.
Squarb looks down at his taloned feet.
My
Hmm.
shoes, my precious shoes.
Oh yeah, Violet is also wearing sandals.
Ember is always barefoot unless she has to wear climbing boots for some reason.
Yeah, so as Damien looks
Now might be a
down,
good some reason.
Damien looks down and he realizes that most of you are either barefoot or wearing sandals. He goes, definitely watch ankles. Yeah.
We come from someplace that is very hot, okay? Shoes are not, socks are suffocating.
They
No,
also don't make shoes for me.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, well, you know what? No problem. There's no biggie. All right, just it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Just
Squarb actually chuckles.
just not a big deal. We're just gonna. I got this. And
We got this.
yeah, we got this. Just gonna quickly. Let me see if I still remember how to do this real fast. Okay. He steps forward a little bit. He takes a deep breath. He shakes his hands out. It's been a hot minute since I did something like this, so you're gonna have to give me a bit. Okay, so. And just as he lets out this last deep breath, you all feel this magic sort of ensorcel around you, and it feels like the light around you dims just ever so slightly, and you slowly start to hear the sound of birds that were around you begin to slightly deafen as he has cast Pass Without Trace on everybody.
Oh, sick.
And that is where we will end today's session.
Cool.
Damn.
Okay. Well, so thank you everybody who showed up today for this wonderfully trauma dumped session.
Yeah.
I hope you know
Yeah,
that I
it was
take your
definitely
backstory.
something.
Yeah, I hope you know I take your backstory seriously. And thank you, the wonderful viewers who showed up and just hung out. And then the lurkers who are here, thank you so much. You guys, you do not know how much you mean to me just even being there. You don't have to chat or anything like that, but just know that you are welcome here, and I appreciate you guys being here. Without you guys, I probably wouldn't still be streaming, if I'm being honest. As for me, I don't particularly have any plans outside of Sunday. That's sort of this is my once a week thing. But I do guerrilla streaming, so if something comes up that I think is really cool, or I want to try something, or I have the time to do it, I will definitely make a post on my Twitter about that. So please please go ahead and follow me on my Twitter. This episode, as along with last week's episode or the week before episode 21, will both be on my YouTube channel, which you will also find in the link below. That should be both of them should be uploaded tomorrow. Tomorrow or Tuesday at the latest. And then, is there anything else? Did anybody have any plans for this week? It's the 4th of July, so I know it's kind of rough on Tuesday, but does anybody have any big plans for this week that they want to shout out for themselves?
I've got the finale to a Super Smash Bros. Tournament that I have been hosting for the past couple months for a Discord server. I don't know when it's gonna be. It might be next week. It might be today. I don't know. I haven't gotten word from our organizer, but yeah, that'll be coming eventually.
And are you hosting that on your channel, or?
Yeah, it's on my channel. I haven't uploaded
Sick.
the VODs, but or I have like one or two of them, but it is on my Twitch channel, not _mafia_ the twitch.tv stuff before.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shout out right there. What about you, Scorp? I've seen you've been going back to streaming again recently.
Yeah, no, I finally came out of my hiatus, did some Dragon's Dogma to de-rust, and we're gonna get back into Star Ocean tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna work on finishing that, but other than that, no big plans that I'm aware of. Cherry and I were discussing maybe going and seeing fireworks. but there's also been like fireworks going off every night for the last since she got here, and it's starting to piss me off.
Yeah, I feel that they do that here too.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any big plans? Frog, you got any big plans?
I might stream Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know.
We'll figure it
I'm
out as it
thinking
goes
about
along.
Yeah.
I know personally I plan on streaming it when the game fully releases. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I-
100%.
like I'm just gonna ask this of you guys right now. You want to
Yeah,
collab
I'll
Baldur's
join you.
Gate?
Yeah. I'll join you for
Yes.
that.
You want to
Yes,
do a
let's
collab
collab
stream on
Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate.
Gate? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
find it. Okay, we'll find a day for it, or maybe we'll do it in between like sessions if like not enough people show up. We'll be like, fuck it, we're playing Baldur's Gate today. We'll figure it out, and we'll figure it out later. But right now, for those of you who don't know, Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out on August 3rd. We're less than a month away. I'm super excited about it. I'm a huge fan of Baldur's Gate myself, as you can clearly tell. I'm a huge D&D fan, so why wouldn't I love Baldur's Gate? So that's gonna be it from us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us again. Please, it's hot out. It's the hottest month of the year. Please, 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 stay hydrated. Get your water. Hydrate or dehydrate. Please don't dehydrate on me. And make sure you guys have something to eat. Get something to eat, and make sure you guys get lots of rest. And remember, we love you. Till next time, guys. See you then.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.